For the past 19 seasons in the men's volleyball tournament of the UAAP, only 3 teams have emerged as champions. De La Salle University has done it twice since the institution of the Final Four. UST has won 8 times, while FEU the most with 9 championships. However, this season, UAAP Season 75, a new power has emerged in the men's volleyball tournament as this year's host. National University has arrived in the finals as the #1 seed. Our games for today. Game 1, best of 3 finals in the men's division. #1 ranked National University takes on the defending champions FEU. And following that contest, we will also have game #1 in the women's division as the back-to-back champions, De La Salle University Lady Spikers, take on the Ateneo Lady Eagles. Maraming salamat po at mabuhay sa lahat ng mga nanonood ngayon sa Studio 23 para sa ABS-CBN Sports. Ako po ang inyong lingkod, Anton Rojas, and beside me is Ann Remulla. And Ann, we could have a potential changing of the guard here, not just in the men's division, but in the women's division as well, with 2 teams having a great chance at snatching away the championship.
That's right. You know, that's why this day is very important, because for these 2 schools, what they want is a chance to make history for their respective schools.
All right, let's take a look at the journey that both these teams took in order to get here to the finals. It's been a closely contested series so far between National University and FEU. But in the first meeting, it was National University who came out on top, as you can see right here.
That's right. It was a match that they played in 4 sets. And, you know, in that game, it was actually quite a surprise, I suppose. Ito kasi, the game could go either way. And in that game, we also saw how different NU played. Kaya nakita rin natin yun later on in the statistics. Ano, they had excellent attacks in that game. And they were able to also minimize their errors as compared to that of FEU there on your screen. So ito yung sinasabi natin, 55 attack points for NU as compared to only 49 here of FEU. And when it comes to opponent errors, NU actually scored 33 points from FEU's errors, while FEU scored 27 out of NU's errors.
Now, the big difference in that game was the 18 points of the player of the game, Jan Berlin Paglinawan, who is, by the way, a former FEU Tamaraw. Played 2 seasons under Coach George Pascua, served 1-year residency, now a member of the NU Bulldogs, and he is the main open hitter for them.
Now, you know, that performance speaks a lot of, you know, NU's game, because we know that in every match played here in volleyball, very crucial position ang nilalaro ng outside hitter. And that game of Jan Berlin Paglinawan just made a big difference here for NU.
Speaking of a big difference also, I would like to add that there were actually 4 players who scored in double digits for National University in that first meeting. But here, in the second round meeting, 4 naman ang naka-double digits para sa FEU Tamaraws, led, of course, by the high-flying Arvin Avila.
And what, you know, what makes this game interesting is that if we look at, you know, how both teams played the first and the second time that they met, pareho siyang 4 sets. Evenly matched, 3 sets won, 1 set lost, and this time around, nagbaliktad din. People have turned FEU scoring more attacks compared to NU, now probably making up for that lap that they had in the first game that they met against NU.
Now, despite FEU being able to get the victory in the second round meeting to be able to tie National University with an identical 12-2 record, they lost top setter, back-to-back UAAP best setter, Petrus De Ocampo, to injury. According to head coach George Pascua, he tore his right MCL, the MCL on his right knee in the 4th set of that game.
Now, this is going to be a very big challenge for FEU, knowing that your first setter is going to be missing the finals match. Iba yan because throughout the season, you've been playing with this particular setter, and then last minute, you have to change the game plan.
Let's see if Manolo Refugia, the backup setter, can carry the load in the absence of team captain Petrus De Ocampo. Now, let's focus on the main weapons for both squads. That man, the best attacker in the league, the most accurate scorer, Peter Denmar Torres, is set to explode here in his first finals appearance.
Very impressive numbers here for Peter Torres in the eliminations. He was averaging 13.1 points per game, 11.1 attacks per game. Now here in the finals, tumaas pa at 17 points and 15 attacks.
And he scored 17 points against Adamson University in limited minutes. So that just goes to show how accurate a scorer Peter Torres is, especially on that middle position. All right, let's focus our attention now on the other side and see the high-flying Arvin Avila. Last year, I called him the Spark Plug because he supported the likes of JR Labrador. But this year, he has become the main man for FEU.
That's right. Itong si Arvin Avila in the eliminations actually averaging 8 points per game, 10.7 attack points per game. But in the finals, also the same trend for Arvin Avila, 17 points per game, getting 14 points from attacks.
As you can see there, the averages for the King Tamaraw, Arvin Avila, one of 4 graduating players from the side of Coach George Pascua. Now, we talked about the absence of Petros de Ocampo. How difficult is it going to be for FEU playing without their top setter? And how difficult is it for Petros to be able to just watch from the sidelines while his team is battling in his final year?
You know, well actually, yun nga, ang masama nito, it would be good if the team wins. They win the game for Petros, who's already graduating. But what would be painful is if they lose the game. Now, in terms of how difficult it would be a very, very big adjustment for the team, knowing that, like what we mentioned earlier, the whole team has played with Petros from day one until the time that he got injured. Now, there will be a lot of adjustments because the replacement is just a sophomore player. Now, it's going to be, you know, the position that he's playing, center position, he drives the game all throughout. Now, it's going to be a real test for the team, how they can deliver the points even without him there.
And we've seen how crafty this guy is in the UAAP the past 2 years. 2-time best setter Petros de Ocampo. A very unfortunate injury he suffered in their last game of the elimination round, but his teammates are motivated to try to win the championship, defend the title, protect the throne here in the UAAP finals.
That's right. So this afternoon is definitely going to be an interesting match. Like what we discussed earlier, they are on even playing fields, winning yung dahil nga pantay, in the elimination rounds, one team, each one against each other. So that's what makes it a lot interesting for today.
All right. It's about time that we begin game number 1 of this best-of-3 men's volleyball finals matchup between National University and the defending champions, FEU. When we come back, don't go away. Keep it right here on Studio 23.
Ladies and gentlemen, a very pleasant Saturday afternoon from the Big Dome, the Smart Araneta Coliseum, as we usher in Game 1 of the best-of-3 finals in your Season 75 UAAP Men's Volleyball Tournament. Officiating this match, our first referee, Jasper Jimenez, National Referee. Second referee, Dante Lopez, National Referee. Now let's meet the starters for both teams. They are in the finals this year, topping the elimination round. Here are the hosts, National University Bulldogs. Number 18, Edwin Tolentino. Number 12, Vince Marolabnan. Number 4, Peter Torres. Number 14, Berlin Paglinawan. Number 9, team captain, Ben Inaudito. Number 11, Rayson Fuentes. Their libero is number 15, Mark Tizon. And the head coach of the Bulldogs, Dante Alinsunuri. And now trying to defend the crown for one more year. Here are the defending champions, FEU Tamaraw. Number 3, Manolo Refugia. Number 1, Ronald Topkin. Number 8, Arvin Avila. Number 6, Carl de la Calzada. Number 12, Alexis Paitared. Number 17, Sean De Pamilo. Their libero is number 10, Leo Marpeto. And the head coach of the Tamaraw is George P. Pasqua.
Maraming salamat muli sa lahat ng mga nakatutok ngayon sa Studio 23. Handog po namin sa inyo ngayon ang finals ng Men's Volleyball Tournament. Mula dito sa loob ng Araneta Coliseum. Starting lineups for both NU and FEU. The usual, team captain Ben Inaudito for the Bulldogs, setter Vince Mangulabnan, Peter Torres, Berlin Pagdinawan, libero Mark Dizon, Rayson Fuentes, and Edwin Tolentino. FEU starting off with backup setter Manolo Refugia, Ronald Tomkin, Arvin Avila, Leo Marmeto, Carl de la Calzada, John De Pamailo, and of course, Alexis Paitared. National University withstood the offensive onslaught of Ron J. Galang in the Final Four. Galang had 22 points, but the Bulldogs prevailed in 4 sets, while on the other hand, FEU just ran past an uninspired De La Salle University to get to the finals. Here we go, game number 1, best of 3 series, and Torres starts off hot.
We can expect a lot of the sets and a lot of the points will be coming from the middle here for NU.
That, ladies and gentlemen, is just a preview of what Peter Denmar Torres can do, especially when he is at the middle position.
I can feel the energy. We are just here at the beginning of the first set, pero you can see the players already running around the court after each point.
Now, FEU has been here before. They've been perennial championship contenders, but what type of pressure is NU dealing with, and being the host of the UAP this year and being in the finals for the first time?
You know, I think there's a lot of pressure, not just talking about NU, but also Ateneo. We're talking about history here. These are teams that really want to make that mark. They want to be the first to really bring home the championship to their school. So there is a lot of pressure.
And that is why we said at the top of the coverage that we could see a possible changing of the guard, not just in the men's division, but in the women's division as well.
A lot is at stake, and that's why we see that, looking at NU now, we can see that they're really all out.
Arvin Avila, guns a-blazing as well here at the start of game number 1. Let's get more on the FEU side as we have Judy Saril at courtside.
Ang kakaibang feeling ang aking naramdaman nung nakita at nakausap ko ang FEU Tamaraws. Halatang-halata kasi sa kanila ang pagiging excited at pagiging positibo sa araw na ito. Lahat sila ay nagsabi na masaya sila dahil sa Araneta na ang bakbakan ngayon. Nasabi pa nga ni Coach George sa akin na dream come true daw ito, hindi lang para sa players niya, kundi para din sa kanilang mga coach na mistulang present din lahat ngayon. Kung usapang mindset naman, sabi ni Coach George, 100% prepared ang FEU Tamaraws. Puspusang training daw ang ginawa nila at ang motivation daw nila ay ang 25 titles na meron na ang FEU. At para sa last playing year niya, sabi ni King Tamaraw Arvin Avila, nandito kami ngayon para gumawa ng history sa Araneta. Naniniwala kaming FEU pa rin ngayong season. Anton?
Maraming salamat, Judy. That was a very loaded report. And that is head coach George Pasqua in his 9th season. He knows what it's like to play in the UAAP, played 4 years, a 2-time UAAP champion, back-to-back winner 1993 to 1994, and he is a 4-time champion coach.
That's right. And one point that was mentioned in that report, it's a dream come true for the players.
Yeah.
But I must agree, even for the coaches, this is actually a dream come true to be playing UAAP volleyball in such a big venue like the Araneta Coliseum.
Another point for FEU. A neck-and-neck start here in game number 1. Let's go now to the other side and hear from Kat Salaw reporting for NU.
The road to the finals has been exciting and satisfying for the National University Bulldogs and Coach Dante. And even with an impressive winning streak, Coach Dante admits that the Bulldogs only used each win to solidify their confidence and their team bonding, which are two keys that brought him here to the finals. Buong-buo daw talaga ang pagsasama-sama ng Bulldogs this season as they train, review, and even eat together. I asked Coach Dante if there was anything special he told the boys for this matchup against the defending champs, and he humbly said he just focus, boys, continue their strong blocking and offense, and assure their service receptions. National University already made UAAP history reaching the finals this season, and Coach Dante said that the Bulldogs just want to make their school proud by bringing home a championship. Anton?
Thank you, Kat Salaw. Kat completes our broadcast team for game number 1 of the UAAP Season 75 Men's Volleyball Finals. Coach Dante Alinsunurin also knows what it's like to play in the UAAP. An Adamson alumnus, played 5 seasons, 1997 to 2001. This is his first season though, his very first season as the head coach of the men's volleyball team of NU.
So far, so good for
Yeah.
Coach Dante. Yun nga sinabi in the report, it's the first time that they are actually, they're actually in the finals now, and if ever, it will be the first championship as well for NU.
Coach Dante spent 2 years as an assistant coach before taking over from former coach Oliver Almandro. Like you said, a good start for him, leading National University to the finals in his first year as the head coach. Carl de la Calzada now to serve for FEU, 6-5. Cross-court hit does not work for Edwin Tolentino, the MVP of the beach volleyball tournament this year.
Also a first for NU, actually winning that
Yeah.
championship in beach volleyball. I was actually fortunate enough to cover that, and I was very impressed, I must say, with the performance of NU.
Of course, Tolentino's partner is NU second libero, Joseph Henry Tipay. Tolentino again! That time, went straight to the net. So FEU heads into this first technical timeout up by 3, 8-5. You're watching the men's volleyball tournament of the UAAP. You're watching the high-flying and explosive action from the men's volleyball tournament of the UAAP. John Depamilo with a thunderous hit. Melatunay in the house. A little bit camera shy, but she's enjoying this moment. I also saw Dindin Santiago a while ago in the stands taking some photos with fans. I'm sure we're going to see a lot of them as we move forward with our coverage today, Anne.
Right, that's right. And also former members of the teams. I'm pretty sure
Yeah.
we will see a lot of them at the Big Dome today.
8-5 is our tally. Fuentes couldn't get a good hit on that cross by Paglinawan. Excuse me, Magulapnan. Carl de la Calzada, fourth-year player, perhaps will become the team captain next year for FEU. Get the service ace there.
All things working on the side of FEU so far.
Ten to 5. Arvin Avila communicating, trying to keep the spirits of his teammates up here. Molabnan sets it up. Tolentino. That was dangerous as he flew towards the ladder. Shakey's Fast Serve brought to you by Shakey's Fun Family Pizza. Service ace courtesy of Carl Ian de la Calzada.
Ang transition natin, huwag kang magmadali. Wala kang receive. Itaas na ng copy na maganda. Hoy, ako masyadong gigil. Ikaw masyadong gigil. Edwin, pag hindi mo kaya, pasok mo lang, bawit na sa block organize. Ang play lagi nan, laging katumba lang. Ha? Magsisinggilan lang lagi yan. Tao-tao na tayo. Tauhin nyo, okay? Receive lang, pre. Sige. Usap lang sa loob. National News. Hindi mo na block. Ano nangyari?
According to Katz a while ago, one of the keys to victory this season for National University is confidence and team bonding. However, the confidence of National University doesn't seem to be the same at the start of this match. And could it be jitters for being in the finals for the first time?
Could be, because I think one of the, the edge of FEU in this match, although they're losing one of their key players, is the championship experience. And that, that plays a big role as you enter and play in a final series.
FEU getting an easy block. National University has been going a lot to Edwin Tolentino with that open attack.
But, this point, it seems like most of the plays are really predictable already. So, NU having a difficult time in getting those points. Napako sa 5 ang score nila, while FEU is having a feast.
And all this is happening with Peter Torres on the bench right now. Peter Torres is the type of player that can only attack when he's in the front row. We don't see him getting back sets and attacking from the back row. That is why he is pulled out. And FEU is taking advantage of the absence of Torres. Their blocking has been splendid here at the start of game number 1. Carl de la Calzada has been there for quite a while. Vince Mangulabnan. Quick attack does not work. Refugia to John Depamayo. FEU is on fire.
And you see that a lot of the points are really clean points earned by FEU, just like this last attack. Excellent angle.
FEU is a pumped up team right now. No Petros de Ocampo, no problem so far for the defending champions.
A bad call. Misjudged. That was misjudged. Minsan sinasabi ng coaches, if you're in doubt of, getting a ball because you think it's out, hindi ka sigurado, just get it rather than letting it go. And in that case, the ball still fell within the line,
resulting in another service ace for FEU. Remember, in the second match, FEU had 11 service aces.
This time around, De La Calzada sending that one long. He's been at the service line for quite some time.
Yeah.
So okay lang.
Former FEU Tamarao, now team captain of NU, Ben Inaudito. How does that feel, Anne?
We've seen quite a few players, even in the women's team of NU, of course. Dindin Santiago, who used to play for USP. I would suppose it's different. May pride din nakasama yan if you're playing against a team na dati mong mga teammates.
10-point lead for FEU here in game number 1. Back with more volleyball action when we return. Mark Molina looking intently as he hopes his team captures another championship here in UAAP Season 75. We are greeting you from inside the historic Araneta Coliseum, the mecca of Philippine sports. And what a great day it is for volleyball. All smiles, Coach Ramil De Jesus of De La Salle University trying to get relaxed before the big game, man.
Of course. Kailangan yan, even if you see Coach Roger, would probably be smiling before the game. Kailangan relax.
You heard the reaction of the fans in green who are here early as they saw their coach on the screens, on the big screen at the top of the volleyball court. The action resumes here. NU versus FEU. FEU with a 10-point lead. De La Calzada from the back row does not work. Tolentino goes cross court and it hits the line. It is in for NU.
Tolentino has had some difficulties in his last few attempts. So this time around, he opted for a not so strong spike, just really well placed at the sideline.
Peter Torres is back in the fray. He is in the front row. Watch out for him. But Fuentes goes long on that serve. Peter Torres nodding at Vince Mangulabnan, asking for the ball, so you can expect Mangulabnan to set it up for him.
But before that, of course, we expect a good reception coming from this serve from De Pamilo.
Goes out though. FEU though with a huge cushion. Tipay is in the ball game, the second libero and teammate of Edwin Tolentino in the beach volleyball tournament. Refugia joust at the top against former Tamarao Paglinawan. Avila trying to pound it off that block. Torres power tip does not work.
Not enough, didn't cross. But that, lumagpas na yung bola sa kanya. He wasn't in the right position already.
But NU has to somehow find a way to get Torres to score a lot of points, especially when he's at the front row.
Oh, look at that, ball is saved.
Good job by Tipay to keep it alive for National University. Avila from the weak side. Let's take a look at it one more time. Nice reverse pancake save there. Tongkin had to reach for that one.
Not the best of attacks, but still a point here for FEU.
Ronald Tongkin, one of 4 graduating players, along with Vitros Del Campo, Arvin Avila, and Del Rosario, Rodrigo Del Rosario. Torres. We were just talking about him. So watch out whenever Torres is positioned at that front row. Refugia. It will be a joust at the top, and you got to it first. Berlin Paglinawan against former teammate Arvin Avila, winning that joust. Fuentes was also there, but it was really Paglinawan who got there first. Avila. Ben Inaudito. Dug up. Oh! The captain wins the joust against Alexis Paitaren.
Leg. Patukan mo rito. Dito ka. Okay? Pagka nagkabalikan. Tumba. Singit ka. Dito ka, Arvin. Arvin! Huwag mo masyadong gigil. Sigil ka lang. Palo. Si Berlin na Blanca doon. Huwag mong idikit yung mga... yung set mo. Kasi malalaking Blanca.
Now in that huddle, and we heard one of the players say, si Berlin yung blocker doon. They know the tendencies of Berlin Paglinawan because he was their former teammate. Now, what type of effect does that have on the game?
Well, you know, it's actually good because we know that every time these teams go in, before they play a game, they scout their opponents. Now, I guess the advantage here for FEU is that they know the kind of game he plays. Dahil nakasama nila yun dati, and in fact, even his weaknesses, they know it already.
And that is why they were talking about Jan Berlin Paglinawan in that huddle, knowing that he's an exceptional blocker. They try to avoid him and try to challenge him if possible. Avila challenges Paglinawan and that time got the better of his former teammate. Arvin Avila, actually the second leading scorer at the end of the elimination round for FEU, behind Carl Ian de la Calzada. Avila averaging 12.8 points per contest. Vince Mangulabnan, back set, Berlin, but Linawan gets it through.
Excellent set by Mangulabnan. Look at that. Great angle as well. Hindi nakahabol yung center blocker ng FEU. Made it a lot easier for NU to score that point.
De Pamilo adjusting in mid-air. Rally is still ongoing. Back set. De la Calzada, nothing there. And Fuentes will get the point. Now don't look now, the lead is down to 5.
NU looking very steady at this point in the first set, taking it 1 point, working on it rather 1 point at a time.
20-15. The lead was as high as 11. Fuentes sets it up. Tolentino goes cross court, popped up. Back set now. De la Calzada's drop ball won't work. Tolentino will try again. Marmeto was there. Refugia. De Pamilo slams it home.
De Pamilo was on top of his blockers. Look at this. Look at that elevation. That's why it's always, very interesting to watch men's matches. Dahil iba yung pace, and you see also in terms of like yung mga jumps, sobrang taas. The hang time is also very impressive.
This is the third year that we've been covering the men's volleyball action. And well-deserved for these guys. Very exciting, very explosive athletes.
Here's the captain, Ben Inalito.
16 serving 21. Refugia's drop ball does not work. Tolentino goes cross court again. De Pamalo was ready. Tipay able to keep it alive. It's going to be a chance ball for FEU. De Pamalo.
Outside hitters of FEU doing their job.
Now we can argue that FEU strength are their outside hitters, while NU has very good middle hitters.
That's right.
De Pamilo.
Oh. He has been a scoring machine here for FEU.
Let's take a look at it one more time. De Pamilo coming alive late in the first set.
Tigas lang tayo, nauna lang yung gaba natin. Okay, ngayon, unti-unti natin bumabalik, okay? Block mo tayo, Ruben, kanina yung block mo, pasok mo. Kung pinasok mo yun, mas block yun, okay? Ang posisyon natin sa depensa, pre, kailangan natin gumagalaw. Ha? Walang ibang kundi gagawin kundi papadaanan si Vince. Huwag ka na mag-cross court. Papadaanan si Vince lagi mo. Ha?
Coach Dante acknowledging that they may have had some jitters here, this being their first time in the finals, but he's confident that the players can get their confidence back. They can get in the groove. They just need to get this first set down, get the feeling of what it's like to play in the finals.
From the back, but still NU was unable to handle that. And this is FEU trying to vary the attacks. We see them attacking from the outside hitter. Meron pinibigay at the back of the setter. And this time around, they opted for a back row attack.
Well, if we're going to study what has happened at the first two meetings, NU, 4 players in double digits, they won the first round meeting. Second round meeting, FEU, 4 players in double digits, they won that game. Right now, it is FEU, like you said, variety in their attacks. and they take set number 1. Balanced scoring attack for the Tamaraws. They take it 25-16. That is our official tally. Second set coming up. You're watching our exclusive ABS-CBN sports coverage of the men's volleyball finals of UAAP Season 75, brought to you by ABS-CBN Sports. CBN Sports coverage of UAAP Season 75. Right now, we are featuring game number 1 of the men's volleyball finals between FEU and National University. FEU came out hot, led by as many as 11, and used a balanced attack to defeat NU in that first set, 25-16.
Well, NU needs to push a little bit more here in the second set, because we saw how, they managed to minimize the gap in terms of points against FEU, but it was rather too late already with, FEU really being steady throughout the first set. Ang sayang lang din dyan, NU wasn't able to take advantage of the weak part of the first set for FEU. As we take a look at the statistics in set number 1, FEU having 11 attack points as compared to only 9 of NU, blocking almost at par for both teams. So, but we saw this actually. FEU had very good service in the first set. They got 2 service aces. In terms of unforced errors, though, we have about 9 here for NU and 5 for FEU.
So unforced errors was a huge problem for National University. As we take a look at the telecast schedules for the other events in the UAAP. UAAP baseball finals right there, UAAP football finals, softball, baseball, and the tennis series as well. By the way, in the men's division of the tennis event in the UAAP, National University won the championship by sweeping the elimination round. And the rules in tennis is, if you sweep the elimination round, you're awarded the automatic championship. So congratulations to the men's lawn tennis team of National University. Congratulations also to them for winning the beach volleyball tournament and the badminton tournament as well. All men's division for National University. Could we see a championship, Anne, here in the men's volleyball division for NU?
Of course, we will see, like what we mentioned in the pre-game, in the elimination rounds, tag-isang panalo itong FEU and NU. Both games played in 4 sets. So here in the second set, we will see if NU will win this set or if FEU will take it again. Pero I think one thing I'm feeling from this game is that it won't be straight set.
It hasn't been a straight set affair in the first 2 meetings between these 2 teams. All closely contested games. But again, one thing National University can't afford to do is to fall down early, the same way they did in that first set. Paglinawan and Benny Naudito, the former FEU players, clapping their hands, trying to wake up their teammates. Here's the captain.
And they get that point, their very first point here in the second set.
Let's take a look at it one more time. Vince Mangulapnan. The blockers of FEU were very wary of Peter Torres, who went with that fake running hit. All right, let's get a courtside update right now on the FEU side with Judy Sarin.
So far, so good nga para dito sa FEU Tamaraws. Masayang-masaya si Coach George, pati na din ang buong coaching staff sa pinapakitang energy ng kanilang mga players. Gusto lang ni Coach George na bantayan nila ang center attacks at mga drop balls na binibigay ng NU Bulldogs. Hiling niya din na gawing synchronized ng Tamaraws ang lahat ng galaw nila, maging service, receive, blocks at placement yan. Panghuli, sabi ni Coach, kung lamang na, huwag lang mag-relax at magpabaya para di na magka-chansang humabol ang kalaban. Anton?
Thank you, Judy, for that report. And FEU is still looking good here in this second set.
That's right. That's a very good point that was made. Kailangan synchronized or sabay-sabay. Because sometimes what happens is you have one player that does very well, but you have the others na hindi naman gaano. So, as we know here, 3 touches ang volleyball. Very crucial that from all those 3 touches, the maganda yung pagbigay or pag-deliver.
And speaking of pagbigay and pag-deliver, as we see that special delivery from Peter Denmar Torres, what's crucial for FEU is that second touch. Talking about Manolo Refugia. I was talking to Coach George Pascua before the game, and he told me that Refugia was really thrust into that starting center role with the injury of Petrus De Ocampo. And look at him here making a decision to pass it up to Avila, but it goes long.
You know, speaking of Refugia, there's like big pressure. There's a very, very big pressure because he has big shoes to fill in the absence of course, a more senior setter that has to, you know, go to the sidelines because of an injury. Pero so far, from what we're seeing, at least in the performance in the first set, we can see that he's managing to hold up the place and, you know, delivering the points here for the team.
There's the back-to-back setter of the UAAP, Petrus De Ocampo, looking on, and very unfortunate that he had to suffer that knee injury in the 4th set of their second-round meeting against National University. This is his final year, and of course he would like to graduate as a champion.
That's right. Well, from what I heard from the coaching staff after this season, they will probably get him to the doctor for an operation to heal faster.
5-4, excuse me, 6-4 after that last point by John Ian Depamilo. De La Calzada, he had 2 service aces in that first set. Let's see if he can string up a couple more here in set number 2. Mangulapnan to Fuentes, nothing there. Sets it up this time to Paglinawan. It was Paglinawan who exploded with 18 points in the first round meeting against FEU. Let's get an update now on the NU side with Kat Sala.
Peter Torres is the man of the hour, and Anton and Ann, as you guys have been mentioning kanina, a lot has been expected from him since he was able to produce in the elimination round. Now, when I asked him where he gets his strength, sabi niya his motivation comes from his teammates and the fact that he knows na he has to do well kasi kailangan siya ng teammates niya. He also said that the Bulldog goal since the beginning of this season ay bumawi. Last season 74, Torres said na expected sila mag-Final Four but didn't make it. And so this season, the Bulldogs wanted to prove that they deserve to be volleyball royalty. As for this next set, Coach Dante said nawawalan sila ng receive at kailangan pang paikutin ng bola. Before this game, the players told each other na kailangan na ang feeling, alam na nila rather, ang feeling na maglaro sa Big Dome Finals, and now it's time to play their game and claim the set. Anton and Ann?
Thank you, Katz, for that report. Katz is talking about the third-year player, Peter Denmar Torres, 18 years old, from Leyte National High School. Very talented player indeed, already the league's most accurate scorer. Let's see if he can lift his team to victory here in their first finals game.
Take a look at that attack again from Inaudito. Very clean attack, just a single block, and that's when you know if your middle spiker, middle hitter is effective. If the middle hitter gets the opponent's blockers to commit to him.
Tolentino targets Avila, nothing there. De La Calzada, he has been the man for FEU. Well, he is their best scorer. 8-7. A much closer second set we are witnessing in the men's volleyball finals. And it will surely continue to grow as the time ticks here in the finals of the UAAP 75th season. I was told a while ago by Direk Abed Ramos, who is in Cebu right now for the latest edition of Pinoy Pride, that as of 2 p.m., 16,674 tickets have been sold to the public.
Amazing number of people. Of course, volleyball, as we know, is brought to new heights. It's this season where we saw games really topping in terms of audience. 19,000, almost 20,000 actually. That's game in Moa Arena. And today we have almost 17,000.
Who knows? Hopefully we can beat the record of 19,000 plus that we had at the Moa Arena.
And I've been receiving a lot of tweets, everyone really anticipating this final, looking for tickets. A lot of people want to really go and watch the game live.
But to those watching on Studio 23 and all over the world, maraming salamat po sa inyong pagtutok sa ABS-CBN sports coverage ng UAAP Season 75 and National University now tying things up after losing the first set 25-16. We are tied here in set number 2, 9-all, as backup setter Manolo Refugia filling in the big shoes of Petrus de Ocampo. Ben Inaudito keeps it alive. Refugia sets it up. Tongkin slams it against Torres. But a point for NU. Edwin Tolentino to serve now for National University. Refugia adjusts his position. De la Calzada, nothing there. Oh!
Impossible to get that. Good effort though on Mangulabnan. Hinabol na yung bola. It was a bit far from him, but not good enough to save the ball.
And we are feeling and seeing just how crucial this second set is. NU does not want to go down 0-2. Oh!
And you not liking that call, overreaching.
Take a look at it one more time, man.
His hand went over the net. Now they're sorting things out with our first referee. And the team captain, Inaudito, in discussion with our referee, trying to defend and explain and probably clarify why that call was made.
Trying to say that it was a valid power tip by Torres. Let's take a look at it one more time, man.
Hand set by Mangulabnan. Hit by Torres.
The referee's call remains.
But NU gets the point back. So they were unhappy with that call, but that error from FEU's service just pretty much offset that point.
Perhaps some poetic justice for National University, who felt that that was a legal tip by Peter Torres. Officials felt otherwise, though. Avila goes cross-court. And Vince Mangulabnan unable to receive it properly.
What we're not seeing from NU in the first set and here in the second set, we know that their strength is in their middle attackers. But
Yes.
a lot of the sets now are really being given to their outside hitters, except for that one. So it's really the reception that was pointed out in the report earlier. So they need that to be able to execute middle play.
Now it is the former Tamaraws coming alive for National University, Jan Paklinawan. And it is former Tamaraw Ben Inaudito to serve as well. Here we go. Refugia sets it up. De la Calzada is denied by Rayson Fuentes.
Play was well read. This is where you see it's not about the height of your jump, but rather the wave of your hand na talagang hinahanap mo yung angle ng bola.
Neck and neck second set we are witnessing here in game number 1 of the UAAP Season 75 Men's Volleyball Finals. See a lot of fans in motion trying to find their seats. Big day for UAAP Volleyball as we enter the final stage. It will be a joust at the top. Paglinawan targets it to the back row. Popped up again by Berlin. Inaudito flies in.
An unexpected attack from the back.
That's the high-flying action that we've been mentioning. Even from the back row. And look at that power tip. Oh!
Oh!
Wow, somehow FEU able to send that back towards NU's way.
And get that point. Luck is on their side. Look at that last touch from NU.
Good job by Mark Dizon to dive for that volleyball. Tolentino again. Refugia sets it up. It hits the line. So that's a good point for John De Pamailo. to 14. Mangulabnan, back set. Ben Inaudito again. Wow, he just hit it that way a while ago.
That same area, same target, still effective.
You said in the first set that it was FEU showing a lot of variety. Here in set number 2, it is now NU showing that variety.
That's exactly what they need.
So, a neck-and-neck second set. Who will take it? Find out when we come back. Only 1 point separates the two teams. Both teams in this game number 1 of the men's volleyball finals. FEU taking the first set 25 to 16, but NU looking much better here in set number 2. And we've also seen a variety of players from different teams in the stands. We saw Melatune of USD a while ago, Dindin Santiago of National University. I'm told also Mayat Zapanta of Adamson is here in attendance today.
That's right, even former players from Ateneo, I see them coming in now. Gabriel, former libero of Ateneo, also in attendance.
Oh, yeah, Stephanie Gabriel. Torres, a rare occasion wherein he gets blocked. Torres is a 61.8. Well, he owns a 61.8% success rate whenever he attacks from the front row. Tolentino flies in, popped up. Avila, he's been quiet, but this could be the perfect time for him to come alive.
Take a look at that again. It was a single block. He made the ball pass through down the line angle.
Arvin Avila, now the main man for FEU with the departure of Rodolfo J.R. Labrador, season 74 best scorer. Oh, Torres! Thunderous hit by the main man of NU.
Well, they know their strength is in their middle blockers. Why not give the ball to one of their highest percentage attackers?
And Torres has that fearsome look in his eyes, especially when he's in that front row.
You know that he means business.
Yeah. And here he is going for the block against Avila, but nothing stopping Avila there.
It was a 3-man block
Yeah.
trying to stop Avila, but somehow, take a look at that, he found his way through that very small space in between two blockers.
I'm speechless with that hit. I don't know how he got that through. 3 blockers from the NU side, and NU is one of the better blocking teams in the league, number 3 at the end of the elimination round.
Labnan giving it to the back to Tolentino. And this, as you mentioned, we see more variety in terms of plays, in terms of distribution here for Labnan. And I guess that, spells the difference between set number 1 and set number 2.
A long back set for Avila, who had to adjust. And doesn't matter that Paglinawan was Avila's former teammate. He's trying to get in his head right now.
Volleyball is not just all about skills, but also it's a very heavy mental game. Kailangan may konting aggressiveness, may konting yabang.
Avila definitely has that. Oh, what an attack! Bang, bang! Carl de la Calzada opening up. What a play by FEU. Parting of the Red Sea.
Just na lang tayo. Tulong-tulong na lang. Oh, ang sitwasyon natin, pre, hindi tayo makareceive. Ang transition defense natin, nakaka-depensa tayo, pero hindi natin ma-opensa na tuloy-tuloy. Kasi pinapabayaan natin eh. Dapat naka-depensa na nga tayo, dapat mas pusigito pa tayong patayin natin ang bola. Wala eh. First ball lang ginagawa natin eh, first ball eh. Trabaho kayo kung puso dyan. Dapat lang yan, kaya natin yan. Wala kang ginagawa dito.
NU is in a difficult spot right now at the biggest stage of the season, the finals. After a neck-and-neck second set, FEU has pulled away. They are up by 4.
Oh, look at this. NU now a bit disorganized.
Kakasabi lang ni Coach Dante, receive ang problema natin.
And it's not just now that he's mentioned it, he's also mentioned that previously.
This is a Shakey's Fast Serve, brought to you by Shakey's Fun Family Pizza. Even Ronald Tonkin contributing to the cause of FEU. Torres not giving up though.
Now Torres moves to the back. Fuentes joins them back in front as we take a look at that point.
Refugia sets it up. Avila. What a play by FEU.
That was too much for NU to handle, and Avila has been doing an excellent job at the front line.
Now, these plays are really confusing NU.
And from the moment he leaps, from the moment he jumps, you can see that he really has a target in mind. Pero siyang gustong pagdala ng bola, and that's always where there's no defense for NU.
FEU is just cruising right now. NU is feeling the pressure in their first finals appearance. Tamaraws now at set point here in the second set. Mangulabnan, Paglinawan, drop ball. Oh, another violation by National University, and they're talking amongst themselves right now. They are in hot water. It is not a good sight. FEU, the defending champions, one set victory away from taking game number 1 of the finals. You're watching men's volleyball action live from the Araneta Coliseum, brought to you by ABS-CBN Sports. We'll be back. Welcome back to our exclusive ABS-CBN Sports coverage of UAAP Season 75, and in Game 1 of the men's volleyball finals, the defending champions, FEU, leading 2-0 against the #1 seed, National University.
Well, NU was off to a good start here in the second set. We mentioned how they were going more to their middle attackers, but really the problems that they had with the reception, made it a lot more difficult for them in scoring the points. And on top of that, Avila did very, very well in the second set, scoring a lot of points also for FEU.
And FEU looking like the more confident team. They're enjoying themselves, and even the coaching staff of FEU. I was just looking at Coach George Pasqua a while ago. He was actually looking at his cell phone.
Very relaxed because they're up 2-0.
They've been here before. They've been here many times. 4 championships for Coach George Pasqua. 3 times in the finals, finishing in 2nd place. The experience factor is definitely on the side of FEU.
That's right. Looking at the statistics now, it's very clear why FEU won the second set in terms of attacks, in terms of blocks, in terms of service aces. All these, FEU is at an advantage, a very big advantage for that matter. Now, looking at the unforced errors, there are about 7 for FEU, 5 for the NU team. Pero yun nga ang mahirap dito is that in terms of offense, it was very clear in the second set how FEU had an easier time in scoring the points. And, NU struggled a bit.
15 attacks for FEU, just 10 for NU. Let's see if the Bulldogs can wake up here in set number 3. Once again, maraming salamat sa lahat ng mga nakatutok ngayon sa Studio 23. Anton Rojas, kasama si Ann Remulla. We have Kat Sala reporting for National University, and Judy Saril for FEU.
You can see Steph Gabriel, former Lady Eagle, in attendance today.
NU is in hot water right now. Team captain Ben Inaudito was giving his teammates an earful at the center of the court a while ago. He was pounding his chest as if to say, you guys have got to have heart. You guys have to fight.
It may sound like a cliche, but that's true because they're going up against a team who's already had championship experience. So these guys, these men already know what the pressure is like. Now, for a team like NU, you want to make history. We know that there is, very big pressure on their side. Pero yun eh, kung sino yung mas may gustong manalo, the team that has more heart, normally that's the team that wins.
FEU, 25 men's volleyball crowns, the most in the history of the tournament. 9 since the institution of the Final Four. National University, no championships yet.
FEU, of course, is one of the teams, even in the women's division, actually, with the most number of championships. They have consistently produced the best players throughout the years.
29 for the FEU women's volleyball team. So FEU, yeah, the most decorated team in volleyball.
That's right. And the record speaks for it, diba? Yung mga players na na-produce nila.
And what's most impressive for FEU is they're doing it without their 2-time best setter, Petrus De Ocampo. Well, the job is not done yet, but they are already with 1 foot inside the door as they are up against National University 2-0.
Now, of course, if FEU wins this game, it's a very big achievement kung ako yung nasa shoes ni Refugia, no? Because, I mean, you had to fill in at the latter part of the season one of the more seasoned setters, and he was able to hold on and really deliver good plays here for FEU.
And this could serve as a lesson to players to always keep your feet up and be ready, because you never know when a teammate can get injured. Avila flies in, but Inaudito gets the block.
Today could be different, but I'm looking at the last game that FEU and NU played. FEU won that game last February 17, as we discussed in the pre-game.
Yeah.
But that game was actually, first two sets in that game was actually won by FEU. So today, ang nakikita natin, first two sets also won by FEU. But we're not sure if it will turn out the same way.
And then NU came back in that third set, winning 30-28. So there was an extension. And you had to really pull hard to get that set and stay alive. All right, let's get an update right now on the FEU side with Judy Saril.
Anton, ang unang paalala ni Coach George kanina ay mag-concentrate muna sa service bago ang lahat. Sabi niya, importante daw na umpisahan ang lahat sa tamang galaw para ang mga susunod na atake ay maging malinis. Dagdag pa ni Coach George, hindi na siya magsaseta ng madami dahil naniniwala siya sa kanyang mga players na alam na nila ang gagawin nila. Panghuli, sabi ni UAAP board member Anton Montinola sa FEU Tamaraw, aba, huwag na nating pabayaan to ha, tapusin na natin to dito. Anton?
Maraming salamat, Judy, for that report. And Judy was saying that Coach George doesn't really have to say much to his players. Automatic na, they should know what to do. Kaya nga kanina, nakita ko, nagte-text na lang. Just very relaxed.
Walang pressure masyado.
They're just enjoying the moment, enjoying the venue, and very supreme confidence in his players.
But at this point, with NU taking a 4-point lead, medyo napatayo ng konti si Coach at the sideline, giving instructions to the 6 players he has on the floor.
Pagdinawan, it's a free ball now for FEU. Oh, what a block!
Single block. Pagdinawan.
Perhaps that could wake up the National University side as they are up set number 3, 8-3. Fans enjoying the atmosphere here inside the Araneta Coliseum as the crowd continues to thicken.
The nice thing about it, Anton, it's really people of all ages.
Yeah. Thank you so much for joining us, everybody watching on our live stream, UAAPsports.tv, and all over the world via TFC. It's brought to you by ABS-CBN Sports. The first day of the finals of the biggest volleyball season ever, UAAP season 75. Perhaps all NU needs, and is a set victory. Just one set to be able to get the feeling and get that first game jitters, first time in the finals out of their system.
Well, they're working towards that here in the third set, but I guess the question is, will they be able to sustain this up to the very end of the third set? Kasi nakikita natin yung end game yung nawawala sa NU and yung capit.
Which is what we saw in that second set. They were neck and neck with FEU, but it was FEU who managed to pull away as Avila suddenly went wild towards the end of that second set. Almost uh-oh. Coach George is up on his feet. Gets the call.
Illegal blocker. Called on NU. Now, these are the things that they don't want to happen because they lose the momentum with, these points being awarded to FEU. And listening to the report that we heard earlier on FEU. It looks like their goal is to end this game in straight sets.
They want to make a statement. They want to suck the confidence out of the NU side. Because one can argue that coming into this game, as we take a look at this nice save there, that was that call a while ago that Coach George contested. Illegal block. And going back to what I was saying, one could argue that going into this game, NU had the momentum and had the advantage because they are the #1 seed, and #2, Petros Del Campo is injured.
That's right. But, at this point, we've seen that several times as well in other teams that, lose a player due to injuries. The motivation gets stronger, and so you see that team works even harder. And in this case, I guess losing their first setter makes them want to work harder and play their best.
There's Coach George Pascua unhappy with the Tamarao's performance here in this third set. And one example of what you were just mentioning was when Maru Banatikla was out for a while. UST strung up a couple of wins in the women's division.
Oh, that one had nowhere to go. Straight into the antenna.
Now, what FEU needs to rediscover, is their killer instinct. Already up 2 sets to none. They do not want to give NU momentum and confidence.
Oh, poor reception. And a smart move here for NU. No defense on that side for FEU. And we see some substitutions. Now pulling some players off the bench.
And this is the first time we are seeing substitutions in this game, man.
That's right. Let's see how this can actually change the way FEU is playing their game and probably, getting more points here on the side of the Tamaraos.
And Coach George Pascua has just sent in third-string setter Ronchette Villegas, a rookie in game #1 of the finals.
That is a big risk, but I'm sure during training na practice ng lahat to. Let's see what change this will bring to the Tamaraos.
Meanwhile, let's go to NU with Kat Salao, who has this report.
An overall message of kaya natin to, lumaban pa tayo, simulan natin si receive at pinaghirapan natin lahat to. These are what the Bulldogs were telling each other even before the start of this first set. Hinahanap ni Coach Dante ang blocks nila, which is an NU strength, but nawawalan sila sa timing, and Coach Dante insisted that if the boys don't block well in this set, matatalo sila. Low spikes naman daw ang FEU, so the Bulldogs should pay attention to the ball so they can handle and angle their blocks better. More than ever, the NU Bulldogs know they have to work even harder to win game 1, but the energy with the boys and the confidence that Coach Dante was talking about, with what I felt from the timeout, is back. Anton?
Thank you, Katz, for that report. Meanwhile, on the court, Peter Torres not liking that setup job by Vince Mangolapnan. Remember, Coach Dante has been giving Mangolapnan an earful in this game, unhappy with the way he's been tossing the ball up and the way he's been communicating to his teammates.
Again, as we mentioned, setters have a very big role to play in every game. Lahat ng second touch really goes to them, and a lot of the plays also being driven by the setters. So yung execution is really key. And we've discussed this on the side of FEU, where the second setter, Refugia, is doing a good job right now filling in for their first setter.
However, Refugia back-to-back errors there, a service ace, and that time a double touch. So FEU faltering here in the third set as NU is on top by 8. Look at that crowd enjoying game #1 of the finals, and you hear the cheers from the FEU side as Vice Ganda is shown on the big screen.
Of course, always here to support FEU.
And the fans just loving the atmosphere here. And what a great game we are witnessing here in game number 1. National University, they have come alive after going down 0-2. Let's see how FEU will respond. Avila gets denied.
Oh, look at that roof by Torres.
And Torres showing that swagger that he possesses. Look at that.
And then again at the net.
There's Torres.
Oh, but he wasn't able to get that one.
Ronald Tonkin. Serving 17. Torres with a power tip. And Peter Torres inadvertently hit Berlin Paglinawan with his elbow. Easy point for Torres.
Wala tayo sa pattern ng depensa is mahirapan tayo. Okay? Kaya pag nakuha natin, na-receive natin, it's time to tayo atake. Huwag muna tayo mag-focus sa atake. O focus muna tayo sa block. O ngayon, service ang kalaban, focus muna tayo sa receive. Kailangan lang gumagalaw boys yung blocker. Kasi hindi ko malang blocker, mahirapan tayo. Spider, magpalo diretso. Okay?
Coach George Pasqua, knowing the importance of that middle position, being that he played that position before, back in the day, center spiker, middle blocker position. Now NU with a substitution. Cagas comes in. National University trying to pull away. Cagas. Coach Dante unhappy with that.
Apologizes for that error. Well, you know, right now, the momentum is on their side, and committing that error is, even if they have an 8-point lead, it's a bit costly.
You don't want to give FEU any chances. But right now, that spot in the middle of the FEU defense has been wide open, and NU has been targeting that.
And Fuentes, of course, taking advantage.
NU starting to get more relaxed, starting to enjoy themselves. Maybe that pep talk by Captain Ben Inaudito did them well, woke them up, but FEU is still fighting. Baitaren hitting it from the weak side.
Just a single block for NU.
11 serving 19. Carl de la Calzada, quiet third set for him. Berlin Paglinawan, popped up by de la Calzada. Tepamilo, double block was there. And Inaudito stares down at his former teammate.
You need that sometimes. Bit of stare down. May konting angas ng konti. That's what you need, especially this is, you know, we are watching men. So kasama talaga yan.
Fuentes, power tip does not work for him. Paglinawan flies in. Berlin Paglinawan putting on a show against his former team.
Excellent play. Here in the third set, it's very clear how Mangolabnan is concentrating most of his plays in the middle. And so far, they've been very successful in getting those points.
They have found a weakness on the FEU defense, and they are exploiting that. FEU calls another timeout. This should be an intense one. Let's listen in.
Boys, ano nangyari?
Wala, babae yung error ninyo. Wala na tayong magagawa. Nandun na yun eh. So yung error natin, kung paano natin gagawin yung positibo. Okay? Normal ang kakamali. Pero yung pagkakamali nyo, kailangan, yun ang magbigay ng challenge sa inyo. Yung laro ninyo, psychological na lang ngayon. Hindi na yung skill ninyo. Ibigay nyo yung skill ninyo. Ha? Donald, sige. Hindi na tatapos sa 20 yan. Nabunin natin.
Let's see if the words of Coach Pasqua will wake up the players of FEU. The way the words of Ben Inaudito woke up his teammates after they lost that second set badly. Ben Inaudito. Tepamilo. That one goes out. So point for FEU. Now another substitution. Margate comes in for Faitaren. We've only seen substitutions and here in this third set.
Good serve.
Paglinawan. Avila able to keep it alive. Tepamilo. Popped up by Tolentino. Back set. Wow.
That was called out though. Spike was too long.
Missed opportunity there for Fuentes and NU. Mangulabnan sets it up. Fuentes gets it back. Rayson Fuentes. And now, Coach Dante with substitutions. Padua comes in, Baisak comes in, and Torres checks back in as well. NU 2 points away from winning their first ever set in the finals. And that could very well be the antidote to them gaining their confidence once again.
Oh, and that one doesn't go through for FEU. Very easy point for NU.
And it has been their former teammate, Berlin Paglinawan, tormenting them here in this third set. And the Bulldogs have arrived at set point. Refugia sets it up. Tongkin. Open spot. But it goes long. So, NU has come alive. And they have taken set number 3 in dominating fashion, 25-13. Set number 4 coming up. Keep it right here on Studio 23 as you are witnessing game number 1 of the men's volleyball finals of the UAAP. Nagbabalik po ang UAAP Season 75 Men's Volleyball Finals. Game number 1 between National University and defending champion FEU. Tamaraos took the first 2 sets but couldn't finish off the Bulldogs in set number 3 as they came alive, beating FEU in dominating fashion 25-13.
Well, in that set, we mentioned this as we were covering the third set. NU really maximized the middle attacks. So that was pretty much absent in the first 2 sets, and it really worked for them here in the third set. No answer. We saw no answer there coming from the side of FEU.
So let's see if FEU can make the adjustments and try to watch out for those middle attacks that NU executed in that third set. Leading scorers for both sides, Ben Inaudito with 11, for National University and John Ian Depamilo with 12 for FEU.
Now, looking at the statistics for set number 3, this is very impressive for NU. Looking at the attacks, 8 and 6 here for NU, but you know what really spelled the difference in set number 3 was the number of blocks that they got. It was 6 block points as compared to none of FEU. So yun, malaking difference. And that goes to show also why FEU had a difficult time in the third set in scoring those points.
Well, NU is the best blocking team in the Final Four so far. Well, in the Final Four, they had 15 blocks. FEU had 7 against De La Salle University, but that was the difference in set number 3 as they managed to stay alive and force this fourth set. So, thank you so much once again for joining us on Studio 23. Anton Rojas alongside Andrew Bulia. Kat Salo is reporting for NU while Judy Saril is reporting for FEU. And as of 3 p.m., ladies and gentlemen, 17,150 tickets have been sold to the public. And the confidence of NU continues to flow here in the fourth set.
Well, we expected this game to, definitely dapat hindi talaga siya third set. 3 sets, rather.
Yeah.
And NU, of course, again, we've been mentioning this over and over again. A lot is at stake for this team. They want to really make history for NU and be the first team to bring home a volleyball championship.
This could be the breakthrough that NU has been working for the past 3 years. Here they are in the finals as the #1 seed. With Coach Dante Alinsunurin in his first season as head coach, they're hoping for that maiden championship. Torres!
Torres is very confident right there at the middle.
They should just get it to Peter Torres every time he is there in the front row.
He doesn't seem to mind if there are blockers. He doesn't seem to mind if the ball is set a bit off. He would just really go for it.
Miscommunication there between Tipay and Paglinawan. Paglinawan telling Tipay where he should be positioned. Tipay acknowledging his mistake. Apologizing to Coach Dante Alinsunurin. Tolentino goes cross court and is successful. Avila. Drop ball does not work. Ben Inaudito goes down the line. And nothing FEU could do to stop that.
Let's look at that clean hit.
So NU is a different team now. I did mention that the antidote could be just a single set victory for them to regain their confidence. The confidence that they've been displaying the entire season. Let's take a look at this right here. De La Calzada slamming it through. FEU is still the defending champions and the more experienced team though.
And now FEU trying to put a stop to NU's offense.
Back set for Ben Inaudito. Nothing there. 4-all. Fuentes.
Not the best of hits, but still a point.
Ben Inaudito. Refugia sets it up. Point for FEU. Another neck and neck set we are seeing here, and 5-all. Fuentes challenging that double block of FEU, and a gift. Somehow Tolentino able to keep it alive.
Oh, that was too long for FEU.
He had the right idea, just went too wide on that cross-court attack. Let's go now to Judy Sara.
Ngayong fourth set, gusto ni Coach George na kalimutan na ng players niya ang mga nangyari nung third set. Dagdag pa niya, wag dapat mawala ang knowledge nila sa volleyball pag mga sitwasyon na nagigipit na sila dahil alam na alam naman nila iyon. Dagdag naman ni Coach, ibalik dapat nila ang composure nila at sigla na nakita sa kanila nung unang set. Sabi niya, hindi aayaw yung kalaban nyo, kaya wag kayong magpadala sa nararamdaman nyo. Panghuli, narinig ko ang mga FEU fans dito sa aking side na nagsasabi na, boys, wag mag-relax, dapat sa inyo na to. Anton?
Thank you, Judy, for that report. FEU committed 10 unforced errors in that third set, and that really hurt their cause.
And you know, that's a very good point. We not just for FEU here in this game, but in a lot of cases we've seen how teams would tend to relax on the third set, especially if they're up 2-0.
No time to relax though for both these teams. NU looks to stay alive and force a deciding fifth set, while FEU hopes to finish it, but right now NU is on top, 7-6, with Torres back in action at the front row. Benny Naudito flies in. Drop ball does not work.
Gets a good block for NU.
NU is feeling it now. The tables have turned. Let's see if FEU can snap out of their funk. We'll be back. Coliseum as the defending back-to-back champions of the women's volleyball tournament, De La Salle University Lady Spikers get set for their showdown against the Ateneo Lady Eagles, Game 1 following this men's volleyball contest.
And very timely, of course, when we showed, you know, these ladies, we heard the fans really cheer on in anticipation for the next game.
Big reason for the transformation of UAAP volleyball this year, that rivalry spilling over to the volleyball side as well. This time, FEU targeting that middle spot on the NU side. It works as Paglinawan unable to get to it in time.
Oh, and that is a point, automatic point for NU.
Coach George Pasqua looking on intently, waiting for his team to wake up and break out of this slump. Refugia sets it up. Avila. That one goes out.
Now, we mentioned how critical the third set was for NU. This doesn't change the fourth set, because FEU just needs one more to close this match. Now, you know, if I were NU, I would really maintain that same momentum or that same aggressiveness, even up to this point in the fourth set.
Well, let's find out what Coach Dante told his players at the start of this set. Let's find out from Kat Salaw.
Ang magandang serve, magandang block, at magandang attack. Tayo naman. Early momentum is what the NU men's Bulldogs team rather helped them win the last set and helped them move well on the court, and they want to carry that momentum all the way to the 5th set. But the Bulldogs know that FEU will be tougher trying to break that momentum, and napansin na rin ni Coach Dante na mas binabantayan na ang mga patay ni Torres, and the boys would rather focus on more effort on the block and defense. And like what teammate Joshua Noel Kagan said, is what I think the entire team is feeding off of about this Game 1. Sabi niya, ito ang pinunta natin dito, wag na nating bitawan, teamwork lang, Anton.
Thank you, Kat, for that report. Well, Joshua Cagas had a brief appearance in this contest, and despite not playing much, being one of the veterans, 4th-year player, his teammates still value his words. And their team is on top right now by 1, 10-9.
Oh, excellent play by Mangulapnan.
Now it is NU showing off their combination plays. In the second set, it was FEU.
Almost a wrong server. Buta na lang last minute they realized it.
Torres actually was telling...
Ako yan.
Yeah, I think it was Ben Inaudito. He was pointing to himself.
Oh, and look at this, NU very aggressive. Ito yung sinasabi ko kanina, sinagot na nila. No? It's this momentum, this kind of aggressiveness that you want to see from a team like NU.
NU is a very deadly team. And they have momentum like they do now.
Oh, and he even gets an ace.
Remember, National University won their first 8 games here in UAAP Season 75, as we see this service ace from Peter Torres. Won their first 8 games, lost to Adamson in 4 sets. Won their next 4 games before losing to FEU in their second round meeting in 4 sets. FEU, on the other hand, also only suffering 2 defeats this year against National University in 4 sets in the first round and in a 5-setter against Adamson in the second round meeting. So these are the best of the best facing off in the finals. Same thing in the women's division.
That's right. That makes this finals very interesting.
Doesn't get any better than this, as National University really making things interesting. I think they have overcome the jitters of being in the finals for the first time.
They finally feel comfortable on the floor. Also, at this point, it seems that they're the ones dictating the pace of the game. FEU trying to find ways to score.
And FEU falling down like a stack of dominoes, as NU read that play perfectly.
And we saw how the blocking of NU really affected the turnout of the previous set. And, you know, in this set, it looks like they're again taking advantage of that strength.
NU hoping to pull away here. Refugia sets it up for the open hit. Depamailo. FEU trying to hold on. Carl de la Calzada. 11 serving 15. Refugia sets it up, open hit. And Depamailo's spike goes wide. So, National University feeling it. They are on top by 5, 16-11. Can FEU close NU out, or will the Bulldogs force a deciding 5th set? Find out after a few reminders. It's Dindin Santiago. Now beside Mela Tunay.
Of course, these were former teammates. And yan nga, off the court.
The Phenom is in the house as well. Keeper Ravenna.
And we can hear the crowd cheering, of course. A lot of fans.
Cara Acevedo also in attendance as well. The fans in green waiting in anticipation of that second round, the second game today, game number 1 of the women's volleyball finals between LaSalle and Ateneo. First things first though, NU versus FEU, game 1. Men's volleyball finals, Ben Inaudito. Smart move by him.
Excellent drop. Good read on the FEU defense.
Now, Coach George Pascua is trying to look for answers. Again, he sends in third-string setter Ronchette Villegas.
Let's see if this combination works for FEU.
NU trying to pull away both these teams and their 2 meetings. NU taking the first round meeting in 4 sets. FEU winning the second round meeting in 4 sets as well. They have not battled in a 5-set match.
Well, let's see. It could be the first today.
Yeah.
From the looks of how NU is playing, it seems that they're very eager to extend this game. We have yet to feel that, and we have yet to see the momentum shift again on the side of the FEU.
Yeah, it hasn't shifted back. NU a different team after winning their first ever set in the finals. That previous set. What a play!
And the reaction.
I just love it. And I love the reaction of Tipay after Paglinawan got this thunderous hit.
Oh, look at that.
Sayang hindi nakita yung reaction ni Tipay.
But that was a very clean play. And hindi lang speed.
Yeah.
It wasn't just speed that was, put on that ball. The power was also there.
The FEU defense is mesmerized.
But Fuentes commits that error. Gives FEU a chance to pull in closer to NU.
But still manageable here for the defending champions. But Torres, unstoppable with that running hit. Peter Torres. Look at this. Look at the form. Look at the power. And look at the angas.
Oo, syempre, they need that at this point. And I'm sure itong si Coach Dante is also happy dahil kanina a lot of instructions were really directed to Mangulabnan and he's responding here in the set when it counts.
Instead of getting pressured, Vince Mangulabnan has responded. Let's go back to the FEU huddle. They are now in hot water.
Boys, walang bibitiw. Okay? Hindi na po sa 20 yan. So, ang kailangan lang natin, boys, i-focus lang natin yung sarili natin sa court. Okay? Kung tayo aasa sa kasama natin, so magtulungan tayo, mag-unite tayo sa loob ng court. Mag-usap lang tayo, walang imposible. Kaya natin may panalo yung laban. Pero kung magkakanya-kanya tayo, mahihirapan tayo. So, natindihan, tulungan na lang tayo.
Earlier, it was NU with their backs against the wall. As we take a look at the sea of green, wow. What an amazing sight inside the Araneta Coliseum.
And of course, we expect more people to come in later on.
Right now, it is FEU with their backs against the wall. And they are scrambling, somehow managing to get that across. You know, and napakalaking bagay ng mga dating FEU Tamaraw sa larong ito. Ben Inaudito, Berlin Paglinawan, they are the guys that have really brought back the NU Bulldog squad here against FEU. And look, it's Paglinawan with a block.
You can feel and see the aggressiveness in the body language of the Bulldogs.
Paglinawan against his former team. He is shining right now.
Boys, focus tayo sa receive. Hindi tayo pwede magpalakasan ng palo sa kanila. Kinukuha tayo sa block ng kalaban. Ngayon, kung yung bola ididikit natin, nabasang-basa yung set natin, malabo. Kailangan gumagalaw yung blocker natin. Okay? Takbo na, sit dito sa 4. Arvin, mayon ka rito. Arvin, matataas ang block nila. Pwede mong parahan sa sit, pwede mong pag-check. Ha?
Coach George Pasqua giving out his last instructions to Arvin Avila, who has been silent since the 3rd set.
That's right. We have yet to see that spark plug that will bring them back into this game. Probably it's just one good attack coming from their end.
They go to Arvin.
Oh, but he gets blocked. It's off the block, but it's out. If he gets that point.
And Coach Pasco was actually telling Arvin to try to just avoid the block. But that time, he challenged it, but went out, so still a point for FEU. (22-15). NU on top, trying to force a deciding 5th set. Torres!
Everything is just going NU's way, and FEU seemed stunned with, you know, the turnout of the last 2 sets.
FEU right now.
He knew that. He knew it was going out.
They got to maintain their focus here, talking about National University if they want to force a deciding 5th set. They have FEU against the ropes. This will be a joust at the top, and FEU wins it. Lucky Mercate to serve for FEU. Paglinawan sets it up. Torres again!
Oh, and look at that! A little bit of taunting and a little bit of...
Now, what does that do to the FEU side? You see Torres with supreme confidence right now.
And you see, well, looking at FEU now, they've been silent.
Yeah.
Throughout this 4th set, and they have to find it within themselves, you know, to get that good point, bring the momentum back on their side. Might be too late now because NU is just 1 point away from closing this set, and they just did.
Off a Fuentes hit.
And we are going
NU has arrived in the finals of men's volleyball. This last hit courtesy of Rayson Fuentes, former FEU Tamaraw, is forgetting about his past and enjoying the present as a member of the NU Bulldogs. And we are back to square one. 5th set coming up. This is UAAP men's volleyball. The historic Araneta Coliseum for game number 1 of the men's volleyball finals of UAAP season 75. And after FEU took the first 2 sets, NU came alive, taking sets number 3 and 4 to force a deciding fifth set.
This is going to be very interesting. We expected that this game won't last, won't just be 3 sets, but extending it to 5. We mentioned earlier, 4 sets lang yung nilaro nitong dalawang teams ito. Now, this makes things more interesting for both these squads. Now, what really worked for NU in the last 2 sets that they played was their blocking and their middle hits. They were consistent from the start until the very end.
And now both these teams will head to a 5-set match. They have not battled each other in that type of a contest so far in season 75, but they have figured in several 5-set matches, and I will mention them later on after we take a look at the statistics right here. NU, 16 attacks, 12 for FEU, 1 service ace for National University. Very close. It's just that NU was able to pull away in the end.
That's right. Very impressive set here for NU. Now, the question is, again, we've been mentioning this, prior. Sinasabi natin, the championship experience is on the side of FEU. Now, NU, first time, if ever, to bring home the championship. Now, 5th set only goes up to 15.
Yeah.
So, mentally, we know that the skills are there, but mentally, how they will handle the pressure of being into the fifth set will really start the difference.
Well, some green archers in the house. The king archer himself, Jeron Teng, beside AVO Arnold Van Opstal, waiting in anticipation for the match between green and blue, Ateneo and LaSalle, game number 1 of the best of 3 women's volleyball finals. Once again, maraming salamat po sa lahat ng mga nakatutok ngayon sa Studio 23. Para sa ABS-CBN Sports, Anton Rojas, kasama si Ann Remulla, Capsalo reporting to NU, Judy Sarel naman para sa panig ng FEU. Now, I mentioned that both these teams have figured in 5-set matches in UAAP Season 75. NU has figured in 2 5-set matches, and both times they won against UST and against DLSU. FEU has figured in 5 5-set matches, and their record, 4 wins, 1 defeat. Their 1 loss came against Adamson. So, masanay ang FEU, having figured in 5 5-set matches, but NU is unbeaten at that stage, at that type of a match. Here we go. 5th set, game number 1. And Avila draws first blood for FEU. Smart play by Arvin Avila. It's time for him to lead his team.
Well, he did well in the first 2 sets, silent in the 3rd and 4th. Now, of course, there's no more time. Wala nang panahon yan to wait. They have to give it their best. Make sure na hindi lalamang ng malaki ang NU.
And look at that. Torres getting denied by the FEU blockers, but they get it back.
Blocking at its best here for NU.
Avila denied by Peter Torres, the 2 players battling. We talked about them at the top of the coverage. They are the guys to watch out for. And they have put on a show here at the Araneta Coliseum. Refugia. Combination play. It goes to Avila. Uses the block. 2 points now for Avila here in the 5th and deciding set. Tonkin now to serve for FEU. Torres! So, if Avila scored the first 2 points for FEU, Torres has scored the first 2 points for NU. What a battle! I know they don't play the same position, but you're seeing perhaps the 2 players, the 2 best players at their position in the men's division.
Oh, free ball.
Alexis Faitaren joins the party. Who will pull away? Fuentes with all his might. Somehow, FEU able to keep it alive. Arvin, slow to get up. Tolentino flies in. Popped up.
Oh, that one is long.
I'd like to hear what Coach George told his players before the start of this set. Let's find out from Judy Sarrell.
It's a matter of who really wants this more. That's what Coach George highlighted a while ago in the timeout. He told the boys to eliminate all the sets that happened already and just start a new one this fifth set. Coach George said to his boys, puso, utak at ang institusyon na meron tayo ang gamitin natin sa huling set na ito. Huwag tayo magpatalo basta, hindi bagay sa atin. Lastly, the FEU Tamaraws all smiled and all together they said, tara, bawi tayo. Anton?
Thank you, Judy. 25 championships in the history of the men's volleyball tournament. Coach George knows what it's like to don that storied FEU men's volleyball uniform. These players have been told about it as well. It's all a matter of protecting that prestige right now.
Let's see how these guys can try to win and close this set
against the new power in the league, National University. And these guys just won't go away for all here in the fifth and deciding set.
Well, I'm expecting this fifth set to be a seesaw battle, an exchange of points from both squads. Unahan yan, umabot ng 15.
And even these two guys on the NU side know what it's like to play for FEU. Ben Inaudito and Berlin Paglinawan, and they actually take the lead.
Also very unlikely errors here on the side of FEU.
For the first time in this game, I see a worried look on the face of Coach George Pasco. But let's find out what Coach Dante told his players on the NU side with this report from Kat Salao.
It took 2 losses for the NU Bulldogs to get their championship grip, but they are confident that they know the recipe to actually win this matchup. It was all smiles during the timeout and right before this game, pero kahit mukhang nagre-relax sila sa sideline, Fuentes reminded them na hindi pa tapos and no chance to relax. Dapat always ready on the court. Torres told me earlier that their goal is to change UAAP 75 by dethroning the Tamaraw champions, and for the Bulldogs, that means showing no mercy. Anton?
Thank you, Katz. Well, this is the perfect stage for them, the perfect opportunity. They are the hosts of this year's tournament, and a good job by NU for staging such a successful UAAP season. And what a better way to close it out than with a championship, right, Anne?
That's right. I mean, if they win the championship, they will be the first who will bring home the men's volleyball championship in NU. And on top of that, tama yung sinabi ni Katz, it's really dethroning one of the best teams and the 25 championships to their name. Imagine you beat that team.
That could just start something for National University, as only one player will be graduating from their side, Absel Santiago. So the guys on the floor right now still have playing years. Talking about Torres, who's just a junior. Vince Mangulabnan, just a sophomore. But the rest of the guys, Tolentino, Paglinawan, Fuentes, Inaudito, they will still be around next year. And they are up by 3. Look at this, triple block.
Straight back, it's like spiking through a wall.
And it was actually Torres who got the most of that ball. His eyes were focused on the ball as soon as Depamilo hit it. But then, as the ball was moving close, he actually closed his eyes, but still got the block.
Of course, that's how these guys already know their positions. And skill-wise, sabi nga natin, we're not questioning the skills. And the pressure is now on the side of FEU. They badly need this set. And of course, if Iko yun nandito, of course, it's a best-of-3 series. What you want is to get upper hand and win game 1.
Because whoever wins game 1, momentum, a huge wave of momentum will be on the side of the winning team coming into game 2.
So, pati yung kumpiyansa, no? Facing them again in game 2.
They need an inspiring pep talk right now from Coach George Pascua.
Lagi na nagdadalawa rito kasi wala nang sumasabay sa close natin. Okay? Pakinggan mo sa likod si Alan o kaya paraningin mo. And then, medyo interest mo na rito. Dito mo na. Kesa ito na, dito na kagad nag-aabang na sa open eh. Para gumagalo kahit pa paano. Liwanag. Carl, lingin ka rito. Liwanag. Liwanag. Samahan nyo na.
9-5. National University.
Nicky Valdez again in attendance.
Ateneo fans just can't wait for the Lady Eagles to come out on the floor inside the Araneta Coliseum. But National University looking to take game number 1 in our first match here on this Saturday afternoon.
Good call though made by FEU on that serve. Gives them a chance to pull in and get more points.
Remember, FEU already had a 2-0 advantage against National University, unable to close things out. Let's see if they can recover here. Paglinawan!
How can you even stop that?
And look at that. He just points at his heart and points at his jersey. He's a proud NU Bulldog right now.
He has been very consistent in this game. We've seen a lot of clean hits from Paglinawan.
Paglinawan played for FEU, lost to UST in the championship.
NU just, really taking advantage of their middle hitters, giving all the balls right there in the middle and, piling on the points.
Torres is the best closer in the game. Crucial point there for NU.
Pag pumasok dito yung open, ibig sabihin magte-tres. Yung pag lumabas, is time. Sa'yo yun. Basa lang. Yung nasa likod naman, titignan nyo, kung may pumapatok, sabi nyo kung may pumapatok, open. Wala nang sasalita sa atin. Nawawala na yung communication natin, kaya nawawala na rin tayo. Okay? Siyang, hindi pa tapos yan. Kaya, una lang natin bago mag-practice. Okay?
A lot of pressure now on the side of FEU. They badly need to get those points, stop the middle attackers of NU.
11-6. Looking at the FEU side, Petrus de Ocampo, what could be running through his mind right now, wishing perhaps that he was healthy enough to contribute to his team's cause. But right now, NU is just living in the moment. They have come back from the depths, down 0-2 against the most storied team in the league, the defending champions, overcoming the pressure of playing in front of a huge crowd at the most storied venue in Philippine sports. NU is rising up to the occasion. But the job is not done yet.
FEU, of course, is still in the game. We've seen how it's still possible for FEU to catch up. Again, the championship experience is there on the side of FEU, but we have yet to feel the aggressiveness, the intensity, and the momentum to shift on their side. It might be too late now. NU's, NU just needs 3 points to close this game.
Tolentino! Wow, what a decoy Torres is!
We've mentioned that, an effective middle attacker, hindi naman niya kailangan pumalo. What he needs is to get the blockers to commit to him.
That's exactly what happened. He drew the FEU blocker, single coverage. Tolentino knew exactly what to do with it.
Oh, but the service errors being committed by NU, prolonging the 5th set.
Coach Dante trying to get his players to settle down. Vince Mongolabnan sets it up. Tolentino flies in. And the beach volleyball MVP is coming up big in the men's volleyball finals.
That deserves a second look.
This NU team is scary.
You see how they really challenged the blockers of FEU.
FEU needs a miracle right now. Kagas to serve. NU 1 point away from taking game number 1. Avila, the block was there, it goes in! And NU takes game number 1! What a comeback!
Sweet win here for NU, losing the first 2 sets, but rising back, winning the last 3.
National University takes game number 1 against the defending champions after going down 2 sets to none. And they do it with their blocking. What a performance for NUN.
That's right, they've taken 1 step into making history real for the Bulldogs.
What a match to open up the finals. NU wins it, as you can see right here, down 2 sets to none, taking sets 3, 4, and 5 in dominating fashion at that. And now our Shakey's best player, brought to you by Shakey's Fun Family Pizza, is at courtside with Kat Salao.
Peter, down kayo ng 2 sets, and anong tumatakbo sa utak mo na papasok kayo ng 3rd set para patuloy sa 5th set win?
Tiwala lang po. Tsaka gawin namin yung best namin po para lumabang kami at makuha namin po yung championship na to. Yun na po.
Congratulations, and gusto mo mag-greet?
Binabati ko po yung mga yung mga pamilya ko po sa Tacloban. Tsaka po yung mga kaibigan ko sa NU po. Lahat ng mga kaibigan ko po, sa mga classmates ko po. Sumusuporta sa amin. Yun na po.
Thank you, congratulations to that. And there you have it, our Shakey's best player of the game. Anton?
Peter Torres, the UAAP Season 73 Rookie of the Year, Season 74 Best Spiker, and sure to become the best spiker this year as well. Up next, Ateneo tries to dethrone the 2-time women's volleyball champion De La Salle University Lady Spikers. This is a best-of-3 series as well, Anne.
That's right. We see a sea of green and blue here at the Araneta Coliseum. A lot of people are eagerly awaiting this exciting matchup.
So stay tuned on Studio 23 for the Lady Spikers. Michelle Gumabao, MVP Abby Maranyo, and the rest of the gang side by side with the scoring machine, Eliza Valdez, and the rest of the Ateneo Lady Eagles. They are set to run inside and take the floor of the Araneta Coliseum, and we are waiting for the crowd to go wild right now. Happy birthday, by the way, to Genesis Santos. On behalf of our director, Raul Del Campo, Kat Salao, Judy Sarrell, my partner, Andrew Bulia, I'm Anton Ross, saying thank you so much for joining us as we witness history from inside the Araneta Coliseum. This has been the UAAP Season 75 volleyball tournament coverage of ABS-CBN Sports. Stay tuned. Ateneo La Salle, Game 1 of the Women's Volleyball Finals is next.